What's going on, homie? My name is Alan Jarmello. Today I'm going to be showing you exactly how to buy a whole week's worth of groceries for only under $50. If you're someone who's looking to lose weight, but you also want to save money, I can totally understand that because I was there myself not too long ago. So today we're gonna be showing you everything that I'm gonna be having in a week. We're gonna make it super simple and we're gonna make it super cheap as well. When it comes to people actually sticking to a nutrition plan, since I've coached hundreds of people already, I can tell you that most of the time they struggle with nutrition. It's not really the training part, it's the nutrition part that is a struggle. And this is for two main reasons, okay? Reason number one is convenience, okay? Convenience that you do not have your meals ready for you as quick as you can. And number two is obviously taste. You want to make sure that your meals are not boring or bland and something that you do not like, okay? Because if you force yourself to try and do this whole fitness thing with food that you do not like, then you're gonna have a hard time sticking to it. It's really that simple. Today I'm gonna be spending $50 at the grocery store, and I'm also gonna be showing you how I prepare everything just to make it a little bit more tastier and to my liking. Let's get started. When I go into the grocery store, there is 5 categories that I shop for. There's proteins, carbs, fats, veggies, and something to make my food taste good. It's as simple as that, just 5 key things that I keep in mind when I'm shopping. When I first go into the grocery store, I'm gonna head straight for my carbohydrates. Now this week we're choosing complex carbs, so we're gonna be going through it for a potato, all right? Now you can get 3 bags of potatoes for I believe $3 each, so it comes out to around $9. The next thing that we're gonna be having is asparagus. This is my vegetable of choice for the entire week. There's many different ways that you can prepare asparagus to make it taste really nice. The next thing that I'm gonna be shopping for is protein, okay? So when it comes to protein, you want a leaner cut, unless you are trying to gain weight. But if you're trying to lose weight, you want a lean protein source. So chicken breast is always a great choice for you to grab, but you wanna make sure that you grab the value pack so that you're saving money. The next thing we're gonna be shopping for is fats, all right? When it comes to fats, I'm very easy. I love either peanut butter, almond butter, and that's it. You could opt in for avocados. I personally am not a fan of avocados, so what I prefer to do is just get peanut butter and I can drizzle that on different things like bread or a rice cake or anything like that that I have laying around at home. The last thing that I'm shopping for is the taste, okay? Now, when it comes to condiments and seasonings and all these different types of things, I love to have fun with these because this is really what makes my diet enjoyable, all right? I love to have a well-rounded, healthy diet most of the time, but when it comes to my seasonings and when it comes to my dressings and condiments that I put onto my food, no, they're not too calorie dense, but I do like to make sure that I have something that's really good and it's gonna make me want to eat all this food the entire week, all right? This is how I personally spice everything up. So the total for this entire grocery haul was only $42, all right? So we still saved $8. It was actually under 50 bucks. So if you wanted, you can get another carb source, you can get another package of chicken, you could be getting a bunch of other different things to spice up your meals throughout the week, and you could even get meal prep containers for under $8. All right, so I'm gonna show you exactly how you're gonna prepare 1 week's worth of food in a matter of about 2 hours or so. Remember, you are taking time to prepare your food so that later on in the week, it should not take you more than 5 to 10 minutes to heat up and eat your meal. The biggest problem that people have and the reason why they can't stick to eating habits, healthy eating habits I should say, is simply because it just takes too much time. It's not convenient for you. So today we're gonna take the time to prepare and I'm gonna show you how to spice up these foods to make them taste the best, and that's what we're gonna do. So first thing we're gonna do is we're going to wash all of our potatoes. Okay, we're gonna start off with 1 bag and then we are gonna pretty much just we're gonna cut them into quarters, and then we're just gonna have them on this little sheet here. We're gonna stick them in the oven for about 25 minutes, and then we are going to make sure that they come out really good and tasty, and then we're gonna get started on the chicken. We're gonna cover the pan or this sheet with some tin foil, okay? This is gonna be one of them. And obviously we have a lot of potatoes, and this is why it's going to be so crucial. I mean, all this food will be consumed as the week goes on. Whether you're bulking or cutting, that's when you want to adjust portion sizes. But we're going to top these potatoes with, first we're going to put them on the pan here. So we cut them down, as you can see, into little cubes, okay? And then once they're on the tinfoil, we're just going to simply just put on some garlic powder, and we are also going to put on some salt. Salt is very, very, very important when it comes to building muscle and losing weight in general. I don't know why people decide to cut it out of their diet, just because they think that, you know, they're just filled with a bunch of misinformation. So I usually just drizzle it on here. Okay, and then we're gonna be adding bacon chipotle seasoning. Just gonna be drizzling this lightly on there, just to add some more flavor to this. All right, and then all we're gonna do is wait for the oven to preheat, okay, 425, and then we're gonna leave it in there for about 25 to 30 minutes, check on them, and then take them out. Now let's get to the chicken. Okay, when it comes to preparing chicken breasts, what I always love to do when I get it out of the packet, whenever you're getting a value pack, it is going to be cheaper, but all you have to do is just cut off some of this excess fat here, and then you're just gonna chuck that in the trash. It's a little bit more tedious than just buying already prepared chicken breast, but this is why you're gonna be saving money. And then when you're cutting your chicken breast, I always love to just pretty much just make it cubed, make it as small as possible. Okay. I don't personally wash my chicken breast. I know a lot of people wash their meat, but it's gonna be cooked either way. So I just prefer to just cut it and then chuck it in the pan. And then once it's in the pan, I'll season it. And something that I learned when I used to work in a restaurant, and you always wanna cut meat like this, okay? You never wanna put your fingers like this. I make this mistake sometimes, but sometimes I just forget. So what you always wanna do is grab the meat like this, so that way you don't cut off your finger, and you just leave your front knuckle a little bit further ahead, so that way when you go down on the meat, it's not going to go down on your finger. All right, just a pro tip. Always do, just chuck it in the pan, okay? I'm gonna take a handful here, make sure that it's all spread out and that they're not on top of each other if you can. I personally prefer to cook in these pans that are a little bit more rounded instead of these, all right? I personally feel like it cooks the chicken better because it locks moisture in. I don't really know if that's true, but every time that I cook my chicken in this pan, or I cook any meat in this pan, it always turns out better. So that's what I personally believe. I don't know if there's any actual real anything to support that. So what I usually do with my chicken is, again, I put salt on my chicken, and I put some garlic powder as well. And then we're also gonna be putting on a little bit more bacon chipotle. As you can tell with seasoning, I am pretty generous with my seasoning. You know, if you're training hard in the gym and you're on a really good regime, you know, you're drinking enough water, you shouldn't really be too worried about just simple, you know, seasonings and whatnot. So you have really nothing to worry about, unless you have a medical condition, when, yeah, then you don't want to do that. I'm gonna put this on. Anytime that I cook up chicken, I always start off higher, and then once it gets going, I will turn it down to about the medium length, and then from there we'll just cook, and I'll flip it, make sure that it's good, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, so with asparagus, what I usually do is I just use a straight up pan. I always coat my pan with some 0-calorie grill spray. Okay. And then from there, what I'll do is I'll do pretty much the same thing that I did with the potatoes. What I'm gonna do is cut the asparagus up. I prefer to have it cut up rather than just do spears. That's just personally what I prefer, and plus it's gonna be a little bit easier to cook it in the pan when it's done like that. I'm just gonna grab a knife here, and then we'll just cut down like this. And what we'll do We'll just chuck this stuff in the pan, and I always pretty much season everything inside the pan. I just find it a lot easier to do that. I do garlic. I love garlic, as you can tell. I do even more salt. But I drizzle this one on, and then we're gonna do a little bit of this flavor. And then what I personally do is I put a little bit of water in the pan just to have a little bit of a boil in there while I'm cooking it on the stove. This chicken is cooking a little bit. We're gonna talk about the last two things that we got. So when it comes to grocery shopping, like I said before, I shop for proteins, carbs, fats. I shop for tastes, and then I also shop for veggies as well. Protein, we did chicken breast, we did veggies, we did asparagus, we did potatoes for carbohydrates. Now for fats, I personally, I do use peanut butter, but it depends on what meat that I have. This week, we're gonna be doing a lot leaner of meats. So we're gonna have a little bit more fats in our diet to play around with. So that's where a nut butter, almond butter, peanut butter can come in handy. You can also use avocados as well. I'm personally not a huge fan of avocados, but that's just me personally. So we did peanut butter this week. And for taste, I know that this is a little bit of a controversial thing because this wouldn't be labeled as the healthiest thing, but everything that we've cooked so far is very healthy for us, okay? Now, if we have a little bit of sauce with our meals to add some taste and actually make us stick to our meals and have them not be super unenjoyable, then that's a win, because that's gonna allow us to stick with our diet for a longer period of time, which is most important. So what I personally picked is hickory and brown sugar barbecue sauce, okay? And then the calories is, for every serving, it's only 70 calories, and this is has no fat in it. It is carbohydrate dense, so there's 18 grams of carbs per serving here. And then from there, I'm able to just drizzle it on the potatoes. It goes really well with potatoes, and it's also gonna go well with chicken too. All right, so this is exactly what a finished meal would look like. Okay, so normally this would be in a meal prep container, mixed in, or if you have divided meal prep containers, you can do that as well. Now we did save some money, so we actually only spent $42 instead of $50, so you could spend that next $8 on another sauce. You could spend it on one more carb source. You could spend it on a bunch of different things, but the whole point of this video was to show you that you could actually have a full week's worth of food with only $50. And the way that we're gonna really spice this meal up is we're just simply gonna put some barbecue sauce on here. Now, this is a very well-balanced meal. We have proteins, we have vegetables, we have carbohydrates, okay, and we're just gonna drizzle on some barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce will also go well with the potatoes as well. All right, and this is how you can prepare your meals for the week. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more content like this, just subscribe to the channel by clicking the first link in the description box down below. Give this video a like if you found some value to it, and if you're gonna be saving money this week when it comes to groceries. Now, I want you to comment down below what you're gonna be picking for your proteins, your carbs, your fats, your veggies, and one thing that you wanna add to your plan for taste. So I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, okay. Okay, ready? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to see more content like this. Hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, ready? Okay, one more time. One more time. Okay, ready? Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, ready?
Got it.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Click the first link in the description box to subscribe to my channel. Okay. One more time. Ready?
Alright, breathe. Ready?
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please click the first. Okay.
Alright, take a second.
Alright.